But like legit though, this is something that we have to talk about, especially before the next film. In Mutant Mayhem, during the origin scene, we learned that the Ninja Turtles actually learned all their ninja skills from YouTube. Old kung fu films with Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee. It reminded me of that stupid scene back in 2014 where Splinter learned all the stuff from a book, which I guess this was better because there's videos. And at least Rise TMNT actually had Lujitsu the person as their teacher as Splinter. I'm curious if they just put it in there to make the audience laugh or they're actually going to stick by it, because if this Shredder is actually a well-trained warrior, he is going to body all of them effortlessly. Because remember, all the people they fought in this movie were not warriors. They were either mutants like them or just generic gang members with no fighting experience. They just relied on their weapons. And when it comes to fighting, there is a pecking order when it comes to different types of fighters. Now, this usually has like 20 subsections, but I'll just condense it down to 8. Before I get into that, I want to mention Tales of the TMNT real briefly. Because of the way it's written, I don't think the next movie will actually pay anything that happened in this no mind. Just because of how they're going about it. Like, this is very episodic. It doesn't seem like it's going to have any carryover to the film. So at the very top of this combat pecking order is going to be pro fighters, for obvious reasons. They primarily fight other high-level fighters. Next would be amateur fighters, because they primarily fight other people who know how to fight. Next would be a martial artist hobbyist who trains with fighters and is more experienced than the average person. After that would be an experienced street fighter, just because they're used to taking a hit and to keep moving forward, versus the average person who takes a hit once and they are done. They're just like, they're dropping. Next would be someone who works out and does cardio martial arts like, you know, Taibo or kickboxing or something like that, where you're just doing the punches and kicks, because you can get the moves down and your cardio will be very good, but you're not used to taking a hit. After that would be someone who works out because they're just fitter than the average person. After that is a person who doesn't work out but watches combat sports, because you can actually pick up the moves watching them and be like, oh, I can try something like that. Some MMA fans have actually done this in the past and like stopped some muggings, though it doesn't mean that you're an expert and you can still get folded very easily with a punch. And then at the bottom is someone who doesn't train or work out at all. Again, like I said, there's 20 different subsections of that, and there's always going to be different instances. It's not one-to-one, but the reason I brought all that up is because if this Shredder is well trained, then that means he is at the very top. While the Turtles and Mutant Mayhem are a few sections below him. So this is going to be an interesting thing. So I hope that we get to see a lot of growth and a lot of like self-improvement and a lot of training for them to go like, no, we actually need to lock in. We need to get serious. So I am very excited to see how this Shredder is going to potentially be. Also, if you want to know how the other TMNT train, check out my video right here.